welcome back to my channel. I know it's been such a long time since I've posted a video, but I've had a few issues lately. The internet in my house does not work, so I don't have access to anything. The only thing I have to use is my phone data, and to be honest, that's a lot of gigabytes used to upload a video, so I have to go somewhere in order to upload a video or even do anything online, like watch YouTube or anything. And I don't own a laptop, I have a desktop computer, so I can't travel with that. Technically I could, because the computer that I bought is advertised as a transport friendly computer, but honestly, I'm not trying to go to a Starbucks with a desktop computer. Anyways, I wanted to start off the new year by showing you guys my everyday makeup routine. This isn't like my everyday makeup routine. This is just makeup I do when I'm going to work, which is pretty much every day. So, I always start out with my eyes. Should pull everything out. Oh my god. Also, I bought these candies from Squish. Remember how I did my what I got for Christmas video and I talked about how I got the Cosmo flamingos? Oh my god, those are so good. I made an order on the website and ordered a bunch of stuff. These are probably my favorite out of all of them. Well, actually, I got peach strips, and those ones are really, really, really good. Oh my god, they're so delicious. But these are good too. These are the pink velvet gummies. Sorry, the white's really washed out. But these are so freaking good. It says it's supposed to taste like cupcakes, but to me it just tastes like a chocolate covered strawberry. But it's still really, really good. It also has a really unique texture. It's bouncy, but it's not at this, I don't know. They're really good. So like I said, I always start my makeup off with an eye primer, or with my eyeshadow. And I'm going to be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, just in the original shade, I guess. I actually really like this for priming my eyes. I find that it makes my eyeshadows stay all day long and helps them to not crease, which I really like because I don't like when my eyeshadows crease. The only thing is I don't like using this by itself. I'll probably set it with a white eyeshadow or something, just because I find it's too tacky when I just leave it by itself, and it can actually not blend my eyeshadows properly. That's just my opinion though. I could be under the wrong impression. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. Oh my god, it's really hard to show you this, but this is the palette I'm going to be using today. It's just a basic kind of cool tone palette. I really, really like this because I actually have a cool undertone, so these actually look pretty decent on me. I think I'm just gonna go with a really basic look today because I don't want to do anything too dramatic. So I'm gonna go in with that white shade I was talking about. It's called In the Buff right here, this one, and then I'm gonna blend this shade right here, which is called Tantation. I'm gonna blend this into my crease after I'm done putting this white all over my lid. Also, when I do my everyday makeup, I'll typically pull out my Quo color switch, which is literally just a dupe of the Veramona color swap or whatever it is. Right here. This is the Quo color swap. I usually will have this with me whenever I'm doing my makeup, so I can just take the Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner and just dab some on the brush and then wipe off the excess, because I don't know how dirty my brushes get. Say if I wanted to use color, but the day before I use a dark brown, it just helps to have that. I also really like it and find it does a pretty good job for me personally. So now that we've got the base color kind of blended onto the eyelid, like I said, I'm going to go in with this color and blend it into my crease. This is just a really beautiful, natural crease color. My mustache is growing here, and I just don't want to wax my face right now. I'm probably going to go with a denser brush. This one I feel is not giving me that pigment that I want. It's not a bad brush, I'll say that. It's just not doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to go in with this one instead. This is the Morphe M441 brush. Now I think I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is called Smokin' Hot. It's just kind of like this taupey brown, I guess. I'm just going to begin blending this into the outer crease. I'm going to make sure to pack this on a lot because I don't really want to apply any deeper shadow. I want to go in with like that taupey one in the middle, or that grayish one in the middle. Just want to go for a really, really nice natural look today. I haven't been doing any colorful looks lately, and I feel like I'm like totally out of my element, but at the same time I'm back in my element of like 2015 Alex, who, or 2016 maybe, who literally only wore brown eyeshadow. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take one of these shimmery colors. I don't know which one, because I don't want it to be too dark that it kind of like cancels out the crease color, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I'll probably do this brown shade. I think that'll work for me today. I'm gonna take this brown shade. I'm just gonna put this on the lid to lighten it up. I think I'm gonna mix it in with this. You didn't see that. Okay. Oh Lord, I hate that white color. Shit, I just dipped into the wrong color. Whoops. This white color is like super chunky, and it just like doesn't look good. Yikes. But that's okay. We'll just dust it away. Okay, so now that I've got that pretty much down, like I don't do anything spectacular with my eyelids, just because 90% of the time I'm trying to get my makeup done and trying to leave. This is my basic ass eye look. I don't expect anyone to take any inspiration from this, but if you do, I'm glad I could be the one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some type of angled brush, and I'm going to take one of these deep colors at the bottom. I think I'm going to take this deep brown, and I'm going to create a liner with that just because I like doing that with my eyes. It adds a little bit more like extra shape to the eye instead of just having that eyeshadow, if that makes sense. I focus it more on the outer corner just because I do it in a way where it kind of elongates my eye a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, it kind of just opened it up and elongated that beige. I personally really like the look of shadow liner because, one, it doesn't have to be perfect, and two, it just looks better, in my opinion. I don't really like the look of super full liner, like gel liner. If someone were to just do like a line, like I personally don't like that, and I don't think it looks good on me. But this is a look I like to go for more. So I think I'm done with my eyes for right now, and now we're gonna go on to the face, which is a little bit more fun in my opinion. I like to go for more natural makeup. I like using a primer, and I find when I'm using something that's light coverage, if it doesn't have something to stick onto, then it's just going to come off right away. So I like to use a primer. I know people think that primers are myths, but I like them, so I'm going to use them. So what I'm going to do before I apply my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer is I'm going to go in with my Egg Mellow Cream Moisturizer, which you guys have seen so many times on my channel, because I would have to say it's like probably my favorite moisturizer. It's so good. It smells like French toast, and it just makes my face feel really, really soft and smooth. There are other ones I like, but I find that this one makes my face feel the smoothest. It also doesn't break me out, which is an issue that I have with other moisturizers that this one does not do. The only thing is that this is kind of on the pricier side, but this stuff is really, really, really awesome, and I highly recommend it. It's funny how we're talking about, like earlier, we were talking about the Squish, like peach belts. I don't know if I said they're peach or mango. I don't know. But my one friend, she just said that she bought them because she's at the mall right now, and she sent me a picture. She's like, look at all this squish. And I was just like, buy some. And she's just like, oh, I bought the peach belts. That is a coincidence. So, I'm going to go in and apply my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I'm going to apply this mainly, like, on my inner portion of the face and then going outwards. I just find I don't need help keeping makeup on the outer parts of my face. That's just me. And the reason I applied more moisturizer on top of, before applying this is because sometimes when I put this on, it like coagulates in the center of my face and kind of just looks like I smeared boogers everywhere and just like doesn't look good. But I figured out that was because my skin was too dry and I need to moisturize before I put it on. Okay, so now that we've got our primer on, we're gonna go in with concealer. And I know this sounds so weird. This is just how I do things on my channel and every day. The foundation I'm going to be wearing is like really light and it has an interesting consistency, so I can't really put concealer on top of that, or at least I haven't tried. I just would prefer to put it underneath and then blend it out and then put the foundation on top, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I've been using this stuff for years, but this is the shade number 5. I love this concealer a lot. Sometimes I find that it burns my under eyes, and I don't know what it is, but it does that sometimes, and I have no idea why. Just gonna apply that to blend it out. Where's my brush? I'm gonna be using this. This is the It's My Ray Ray BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. I don't know what this brush is supposed to be. I think it's like a setting brush or something, but this is really great for blending out concealer. It's like probably my favorite, if I'm honest. And it just gives you kind of like that flawless look, which I quite enjoy. As I'm sitting here letting this concealer kind of like set onto my like under eyes, it's like burning, and I don't know why. If anyone else has that issue, let a girl know, because I want to know if I'm the only one this happens to or not. Now that we've got our concealer done, we're going to go in with foundation. I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani Face Fabric Second Skin Makeup. I wanted to try this for so long, but then I got the 100 point perk from Sephora, so I was like, we're buying these. And I'm so excited because I actually really like it. It's kind of strange in the sense that it feels like a primer and you apply it like a primer, but it's a foundation. Like, I'll show you. I'm going to apply some on my hand. Like, it's just so weird. I don't know. So I'm taking a little bit, just a tiny bit in my hands. I think that will actually be good enough. I'm going to dab it and kind of like rub it. So see, it looks like, I don't know if you can tell like up close, but it has like a lot of like dimethicone in it. But it's okay. I'm going to apply it like this to my face. I've never been the type of person where I can apply foundation or anything with my fingers. But then when you get this foundation, you kind of like have to. And I quite enjoy this foundation a lot. If I'm honest, it makes my face look really nice, flawless, really natural, which is always the look that I'm going for because I don't like a lot of coverage. Now, I never really expect this foundation to look good, but it always does. I don't know why. So this is kind of what the end result looks. Oh my god, you can't even tell. It's a very, very light coverage, and because I applied so much concealer, you can't really like see the true beauty of it, but it kind of just made my skin look really, really natural. I also think it's the lighting. I upped the ISO, but what we're going to do now is I'm going to set my entire face with powder. This is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation, and I like to use these in conjunction because I feel like this powder really makes a difference with this foundation. I do really like them separately, but together I think they are a match made in heaven. And I'm going to apply it with the Morphe E6 because I like to add extra coverage. Like, look, this is what happens when you apply the powder on top. It mattifies everything and just sets everything in place, looking so super duper flawless. I'm going to do one half of my face so you can see the coverage that it adds compared to the foundation by itself. See, this is with the powder foundation, this is with the powder foundation, and then this is with just the foundation. I think it looks amazing together because as much as I do like the Giorgio Armani Second Skin, it just looks so much better with this, in my opinion. I think it looks so good. Looks super flawless. So now that we got our foundation down, we are going to go in with bronzer because I want to keep things more natural. I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, and I'm going to take it's my Ray Ray number 2 brush, swirl my brush in there, and apply this to my face. I like to go with the more natural theme, so a lot of the time, more natural look. So a lot of the time I do just wear kind of like a bronze eye, and this entire look, it's super basic and simple, but it gives you that glowing, radiant, natural look, and that's something I like to go for a lot. If you watch my channel, I really like a natural look. I say that and then you go on my channel and you're like, what's this Aquaria tutorial though, sis? I like to bronze a little bit, or I like to dust a little bit of bronzer all over my entire face because I am pale, so I do like to add a little bit of color, but not a lot. The lighting on my camera is like a little bit weird, so you are seeing things a little bit lighter than they should be, but that's kind of what I went for anyways. But now for blush, I'm going to take the NYX HD blush in the shade Hamptons, which is kind of like this cool tone, like pink shade. You can't really tell, but it's a little bit more deeper in person. It's really pretty and I really like it. So I just take a little bit of this. It's just because the blushes that I do want to wear, we don't sell where I work, and I kind of want to use all the products that we sell. They want us to do that anyways, but I try to make a point to do that. So I do that, put some blush on my cheeks, then I'm gonna put some on my nose too. If you've been watching my videos, we always do that here. Sometimes if I'm feeling like it, I'll put a little bit of blush on my forehead just to give me that full face like blushed effect, because I like that also. Now I'm gonna quickly do my eyebrows. I've been using the Benefit Brow, but this is like a really pigmented pomade, so I don't use this all the time because it can look really heavy. But I'm gonna try and use my brow stylist definer because I really like this, and it broke, so I'm trying to use the rest of it as I can before it like completely is done. I think that's good for the eyebrows. I think that looks fine. Can't really tell. Yeah, that looks fine. I don't care. We're gonna finish up the eyes. I am gonna take that same pencil brush, or not pencil brush, that same blending brush, and I'm gonna take the crease shade Tantation. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with this deep shade, which is called Smokin' Hot, and I'm just gonna put this on the outer corner and kind of buff it out as much as possible. We want the same intensity on the bottom as we do on the top. So yeah, that's the eye look I like to do. It's really basic. We are going to apply some inner corner highlight, but we are going to highlight our face first because we're also going to be using that on our inner corner. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme Highlighter in the shade Diamond Glow. This is so beautiful. Like, I've never really heard anyone on YouTube talk about this, but this is a really beautiful highlighter. Now I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Like so. Sometimes if I'm feeling like a little bit more dramatic and like expressive, sometimes I'll go in with my Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Diamond Glow. This one is probably my favorite. I like Hit and Karma, but I like this one just because it's silver. Okay, now I'm gonna highlight my brow bone a little bit. Also, I forgot to do that, but I like the look of a highlighted brow bone. Now I'm gonna take my NARS Climax mascara. I'm just gonna apply a few layers of that. At first I really didn't like this mascara, but now I've like kind of started liking it more. And then I am going to go in with a coat of my Essence Super Curl mascara, just so I can curl my eyelashes a little bit. Sorry I'm sitting so far away from the camera too, but like, it's a bit late now. And like, I personally have a lot of issues with my eyelashes. Like, I find it very hard to make them look good. But this is like really good for my eyes. Especially like, look at this side. It's just like so nice. In my opinion, I think it's nice. Now, my lip color is obviously very boring and very simple as per this entire look, but I'm going to be using the Havana and Camila Cabello collection lip gloss. This is in the shade Lit Up. This is like the kind of like metallic-y color. Oh my god, this one's like probably my favorite. I really like this one. Even with my lip gloss, I like to go over the natural lip line just because it makes it look more plump than it already does. But this is the entire makeup look. This is my everyday makeup for work. I know it's not like super interesting, but I like watching these videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it also. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, please make sure to subscribe down below. And I will see you in my next video.